Join me.
Wanna go back to sleep.
Wake up!
That's my cue to enter. I finish counting my 40 wings. And then I remember there's so much stuff to do. Right now I just wanna snooze because waking up is the hardest part. But then it's essential. Get up, what's that in the sky? Could it be? It's KKB. パワーアップして戻ってきたぜ。無敵のヒーロー、それがボニーと Rise and shine, it's party time. Eat your breakfast and you'll be fine. Everybody, engine スタート。ケロケロワールドへご招待。苦手な早起きでも湧いてくるよやる気。始まる一日波に乗りたい。Back in the place, I'm looking great. Bet you can't tell I'm half awake. Living my way, no day is the same. But sometimes I'm a bit late. When I hear that alarm clock ring, wake up! That's my cue to enter. I finish counting my 40 wings. And then I remember there's so much stuff to do. Right now I just wanna snooze because waking up is the hardest part. But then it's essential. 3, 2, 1, lift off infinity. Let's go on a carol journey. Get on the bus and hold on tight. Speed max going so high. 世界のみんなに届ける International 楽しいサウンド。僕たち3人ビートに乗せて But then I wonder, is it all a dream? My cue to enter. I finish counting my 40 wings. And then I remember there's so much stuff to do. Right now I just wanna snooze because waking up is the hardest part. But then it's essential. When I hear that alarm clock ring, wake up! That's my cue to enter. I finish counting my 40 wings. And then I remember so much stuff to do. Right now I just wanna snooze because waking up is the hardest part. But then it's essential.
How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? Eat too much and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich.なんであいつらはピンク？動物園で思ったピンク食べ物でそうなんだ実は私はたらこが大好きプラスエビカニ食べようピンク色になるのだからみんな違う色人間って勘違いしてるよね Black, white, green or blue Show off your natural hue Flamingo, oh 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 If you're multicolored that's cool too You don't need to change It's boring being the same Flamingo, oh 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 You're pretty either way 鶴の尻尾下に向かって曲げたらフラミンゴ意味不明だけど面白いでしょ虹色に染まった世界今日も地球のどこかでエビをむしゃむしゃ食べてフラミンゴはピンク色に染まっていくぜ One, two, three Black, white, green or blue Show off your natural hue Flamingo, oh 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 If you're multicolored, that's cool too. You don't need to change. It's boring being the same. Flamingo, oh, 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 oh. You're pretty either way. Flamingo. How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? Eat too much and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich. Green or blue, show off your natural hue. Flamingo, oh, 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 oh. If you're multicolored, that's cool too. You don't need to change. It's boring being the same. Flamingo, oh, 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 oh. You're pretty either way. Flamingo, oh, 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 oh. Pink. Flamingo, oh, 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 oh.
Pocket crocodile, hold him in your hand. Keep him warm and moist. He bites. 僕の可愛いワニはいっぱい米食べる。僕の可愛いワニとずっと一緒だよ。Crocodile lifespan isn't very long. Even when he's gone, he loves you.
All right, everybody, welcome to Neon Nights. So happy to have you here with me this Friday night. Well, it's Friday night for me, possibly Saturday morning for some of you. And I have some friends that it's probably like Sunday for. Exactly. And I appreciate that, Redeem Brobot. You are a real bro bot. So I'm gonna take this hydrate real quick while I can get it, because I'm sure something terrible is going to befall me tonight. I'll also announce that our guest tonight, the sultry Seppy the Seal, has decided of her own volition that thank you so much for following that hype mix. I don't have the sound alerts on right now for this particular scene, but I will thank you personally for following. Thank you so much. Anyway, Seppy has agreed to take a shot of moonshine every time I have to take a big puff on the chill stick. So this is going to be an interesting stream in that respect. I am also drinking some craft beer as well, because I feel guilty if somebody else is drinking and I am not. Let me redeem this hydrate here for you real quick. That's delightful. And anyhow, we will go ahead and move on with the amazing and sultry Seppy the Seal. Main screen turn on. Thank you so much for the follow, Brandon Lovelace. Seppy, are you there?
Now following.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't want to.
Fantastic.
I just wanted to make sure that I was that I didn't come in early.
Oh my God, you are super fine. Unfortunately, Somnionox has already redeemed the big puff on the chill
fuck.
stick.
Okay. All right. I'm taking
You're
a big
ready to
sippy.
take a shot.
Delicious. Oh gosh.
Oh God. It's gonna take a lot for you fuckers to beat me tonight. I got all my questions and shit written down. And I'm gonna remember where I am and not get lost, I hope. Anyhow, so, to those of us who are new here, those of us who are new, unfamiliar with Seppy here. So, the first question is, tell us about your channel and the kind of content that you're currently creating.
Okay. So my my channel is basically watch me be really fucking bad at video games, but hopefully at least get a laugh or two out of you. That's my ultimate goal, is just to fucking get one laugh out of somebody. I'm not the best at video games, but I do love them very, very much. So that's what I try to do. I try and play video games, and hopefully some people stick around for the jokes.
No, you're very funny. I will say that. You are very,
Oh, thank you.
very funny. Your references are amazing, and I think probably go over the heads of some people. But I get the references, and that's what I judge based on. I think some of my friends would get those references as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! Already?
Oh my god. What does that mean? What does that mean?
that me. So my friend Seppy, he's an axolotl VTuber, and so he was
So cute.
digging. I can only do it once,
Oh no. What does this mean?
but I mean that means I have to take 2 big puffs on the chill stick.
Alright, I'll take an extra big gulp then. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, the biggest of sippies. At this rate, I might have to move to whiskey.
I just dropped a bunch of pot on me. Huh. Anyway, here's. Whoa. All right, let's do this.
Oh no. Oh gosh, oh fuck. Oh my god.
You know what hashira means? Really? Really? And here's the
Oh,
second big
Jesus.
puff. I mean, knock down some of this granddaddy purple.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Fuck. Ah. Like, Demon Slayer is like the most popular anime in like
Yeah.
the world. And so now I look like this. I made this ridiculous
Gosh.
cannabis hashira outfit just for the
I love it.
lulz today. I was like, oh, I was thinking that I was actually watching the Demon Slayer movie the other day, and I was like, what if there was a cannabis hashira? What would that look like?
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah, I actually went and saw it not too long ago too.
yeah, what did you think?
I loved it. I love the series as a whole. I actually cosplay Nezuko. So like I'm like kind of a nerd about it, but I'm not caught up with the manga.
Okay, I get that. And that's awesome. Seriously. Listen, Solaris. My magic is never giving up, okay? So, you aren't gonna defeat me by making me smoke too much weed. Besides, I'm now past that stage into a new stage of enlightenment as the cannabis hashira. And anyway, to get back to that question, the hashira are basically like the heads of like the particular like disciplines, and like the head trainers, the strongest demon fighters, and that kind of thing in the Demon Slayer universe. I guess you can't really talk about Demon Slayer to the general
Without spoiling a
public.
bunch of shit.
It's not even that. It's just that freaking people are snobs about their anime. And they're like, oh, if
That's
you
true.
like
That
Demon
is true.
Slayer, you're just a fucking normie, and you don't like real anime and stuff like that.
Like anime is good anime as long as it's good. That's it.
Honestly, I'm in the same boat. I'll just watch a show if the show is good and it keeps my attention and I'm having fun watching it. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna like it and enjoy it. And
Or it's so bad that it's good.
yeah, exactly. But that's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's a whole other fucking kettle of fish.
Yeah, I honestly, I will tell you this about me is that I love things that are bad. I love things that are
Same.
intentionally bad and weird, and I love things that are accidentally bad because, like, it's trying too hard and things like that. I appreciate failure as somebody who's failed in life a lot of times. I appreciate failure in all of its beauty and all of its forms.
Hell yeah.
So, Seppy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Y'all got me fucked up because, like, I got Seppy in the chat making me, like, do drugs. I've got Seppy on my show. So, how did you get inspired to be a VTuber?
Honestly, just a bunch of, well, I shouldn't say a bunch of, people that I was watching at the time, were having VTubers on, and, basically just, like, seeing more and more VTubers come into the people that I was actually, like, watching on Twitch. And then I'm just like, oh, I've heard of VTubers. And then it's just like, it kind of snowballed into, maybe I should get into VTubing. And then all of a sudden it's just like, all right, I'm making a model. I got it.
Nice. So, were there any particular VTubers that you saw and you were like, hey, I could do this? Like, this seems like something that I could do. Like, anyone you watched when you were first getting the idea and getting into it?
I really liked Snuffy because I thought at first all VTubers had to be these cutesy, like over the top, like yeah type shit, which I don't have anything against VTubers who do. That's just not who I am. And like, yeah, I put on a little bit of a persona as Seppy, but it's just like I don't want to become a different person when I VTube. And then I saw Snuffy, who was just fucking chill and funny and great, and I'm just like, oh shit, I can just be myself and do this.
And that's pretty fantastic, to be honest. And I kind of have the same philosophical approach. Like, if I was doing like something like hopping on a show or hopping on like a short collab or something, I could possibly do a character and be in character. But one of the odd things is like, thank you, Nixie dear, thank you. I will take that hydrate. I could definitely use it. No, Wolf brother, this is actually my hair. Look, I'm shaking it around. Woo, it's so wild. I am at maximum levels of cannabis power. All right, 1, 2. This is number 2. And number 3. All right. Nice and relaxed and full of water.
Me as well. I am also drinking along.
But yeah, I absolutely feel that because like I can voice act. I've done a lot of voice acting work. I've done stage acting work and things like that. But honestly, the thing that I identify with so much as a VTuber is my work as a professional wrestler. Because as a professional wrestler, we just basically put on portrayals of ourselves that are just like, us, but like amplified by 10, just like kicked up to like the top gear that we can go in. It just is over the top and wild as we could possibly be while remaining ourselves to that extent. And it makes a believable product. And that's like,
absolutely.
From all of the stuff that I've done, radio, stage acting, and stand-up comedy, music, stuff like that. I would actually identify like Vtubing, and I've had this conversation with a few people. Vtubing is like the closest thing to professional fucking wrestling.
You think I could get in the ring?
Maybe. I mean, you'd want to get some good training first. I would tell
I've worked with a personal trainer before. I think I could get into shape.
Well, I mean, you'd want to go to a good wrestling school would be the thing. Because I'll tell you the problem that I had. Like, I tell people who want to get into pro wrestling, because I did it for years. You really want to get a good trainer, possibly pay extra if they have connections and things like that and can help you get out of the indies. Because if you stay in the indies too long, you'll be like me and you'll be all fucked up all the time, because we don't get, I mean, even the WWE folks don't get like health insurance and stuff like that, and that's been a big thing that's been talked about on a national level. But like, at least they make enough money to like pay for their doctor bills. On the indie circuit, we don't, and we're working with like, real fresh people, sometimes just like right off of the streets, somebody's fucking like niece or nephew or something like that. Like the promoter's niece or nephew might come in there, and they might not have good training. So you want to make sure that you are doing everything you can to advance your career as quickly as possible while protecting yourself from any kind of lasting bodily injury. Because like if you get hurt too bad in the indies, they're gonna have a question mark on you for, like, getting on television and stuff like that, making that investment into a contract. They're going to be like, well, this person, is injury prone. Even if it's not your fault. I got half my teeth knocked out with a steel chair. And
Holy shit.
yeah. And so, I mean, that that was fun. And I didn't have any money to pay for it. But, that kind of stuff happens down on the indies. And, you're getting paid like $50 if you're lucky, and that's like, nowadays. Before it used to just be a hot dog and a handshake. And that's what they called it in industry. But yeah, if you wanted to, like, ever thought about seriously getting into the ring, because it's a lot of fun, honestly, I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of fun to get up there and be over the top, be crazy, do athletic shit like that, But for most people, if you don't get out of the indies pretty quick, there's a chance that you can get just too messed up or get too old by the time, anybody knows who you are. And then that's another reason a company might not want to sign you and be like, oh, this person's like, 30 over 30, and we don't have that many years with them. And, you have to be really, really good. If you're the right kind of person at the right kind of athleticism and you're young, people will train you. They'll be like, hey, this person's got potential. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and bring them on board. But yeah, the older you get, the more beat up you get.
I'm a little too clumsy. I think I would end up hurting myself.
Yeah, and that's something that happens. I've seen that happen a lot too. In any kind of situation, I've seen a lot of times the worst injuries are caused by the person themselves. Just from things like that. So you could really hurt yourself.
Yeah, if I'm fucking busting my knuckles open up at work, fucking on the daily, it's just like, professional wrestling's not for me.
Well, I mean, that does sound pretty hardcore, though.
Yeah.
So, all right. Sorry, I just went off on, like, pro wrestling for, like, 10 minutes there.
You're fine.
It's because, people make me get really stoned, and then I just start rambling about bullshit, and so
That's a fucking mood.
right. So, who are some smaller VTubers in the community that you've been really enjoying lately, or that you found inspiration in watching?
Oh gosh, okay. I really enjoy watching. Oh goodness, gosh, I'm just like trying to rack my brain. It's just like I have never watched a VTuber in my entire life. Fuck. I would
Seppy's
probably
a
say
phony.
one of my buddies. One of my buddies. He hasn't hit affiliate yet, and I'm really surprised because he's like super good at like engaging, like with conversation and whatnot, and like he's so fucking positive. His name is Abysmal Curry. He's a buddy of mine, and I tune into his streams, and he's just always talking, and it's always something that's like entertaining, or it's just important to the game or whatnot, and it's just a positive fucking attitude that just fucking, I don't know. He inspires me to like keep positive on my channel and not go into some of the more shitty moods that I could be in while I'm streaming. Not that there's anything wrong with when I'm streaming, it's just that, boy, there sure are some fucking days, huh?
Yeah, I think that's something that we all suffer with. That's actually one of my reasons why I always try to make a mandatory karaoke stream once a week. Just because, like, it's, I tell people too, I'm like, this isn't for you, this is for me. This is because I just have to scream sometimes.
God, I feel that because it's just like fucking after a long fucking day at work, it's just like I just want to sit in my car and drive home and just fucking turn the radio up as loud as I possibly can and fucking sing at the top of my lungs.
Absolutely. If you feel so much better doing it, I mean, that's why I always set like an unarchived karaoke day for the sake of my own mental health, just so, I can get those emotions and channel them into stuff, any kind of negativity I have going on, and I try to channel it into like, music. And
Exactly. Like nothing will fucking change your mood more than listening to a song, either good or bad. It's just like it's gonna affect you.
absolutely. And, for me, that's like, it's become a ritual because it's just, really important to me, to like keep my mental health good and to try to like,
Absolutely.
force myself to take breaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I actually saw you and
Excuse.
Abysmal Curry doing a collab the other day, playing some weird ass bad video games.
Fuck yes, it was so fun. We're actually doing it again Thursday. We have more fucking awful games that we're gonna play. We've been collecting over the past like week and a half, just really shitty video games on Steam that we can play together and just fucking destroy. And the first one that we played was actually pretty decently made game, and we ended up spending like almost an hour playing it. It was so fun. And of course it was called Sausage Fiesta, and just all of our jokes were just wiener jokes. Just fucking wiener jokes.
That's beautiful. That's quite beautiful, to be honest. But yeah, I think when I had tuned in, you were playing that game with the fucking roaches and stuff.
Oh my god, yes, Cockroach Simulator was a fucking trip. Oh god, it's ironically beautiful. Like it's so fucking down and dingy, but it understands that that is what it is. So I feel like it kind of plays into it while also still being a shitty game.
That's a great analysis, to be honest. I'm very impressed by the eloquence of your analysis after having all that moonshine.
Yeah, I still got a fucking half cup left.
That's fantastic.
Oh, goodness.
So, on that, this is actually a really curious question and important question that I'm sure people would want to know. Question hype? I hyped up that
Question
question,
hype?
so I felt like I had to do something. Right?
Oh, jeez.
That's
Yeah.
the logical place to go next. Question hype? So, what made you choose your particular like OC design, and what are some of the other things that you had considered pulling the trigger on before your current incarnation?
So, my carnation that I have, Seppy, basically, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit real for a second. Earlier this year, I wasn't doing very good. I was not feeling so hot, and so I turned to retail therapy. And I was actually looking at birthday presents for my roommate, and while I was looking, I found a giant squishy seal plushie, and seals are my favorite animal. I just like all forms of like. I'm very akin to like dogs. So like I like dogs. I like bats because they're sky dogs. I like seals because they're water dogs. I like snakes because they're scale dogs. But it's just like, yeah, I fucking love seals. And there was this giant seal plushie, and I'm just like, I added it to my cart. And before it even got here, I had come up with the name Seppy for it by combining the words sea and puppy into Seppy. And then, yeah, I was just like sitting on the couch one day, just like, man, you know, if I ever made a VTuber model, what if I just made Seppy into an anime girl? And I'm just like, oh fuck, let me draw that. And I drew it. And that's where the concept art came from. I posted it a long time ago. I probably still have it somewhere, but and then somebody, you know, was just like, oh, I would love to make your model. And I'm just like, oh, well, fuck. And there it is. But yeah.
Nice. That was getting real. Like, nobody even died in that story.
Well, the beginning was real, where I was not, I won't go into detail, but I was just not in a good place, dude. But I wasn't originally going to go with a seal. I actually was, so I've had this, I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. So I had a with sorceress tiefling named Rat, who is very chaotic. Who I've actually I go to Ren fairs almost every year. I didn't go last year, obviously, but I'm going this year, and I'm gonna be Rat as well. But she is a very chaotic pink tiefling, and I love her to death. And I was considering making her my model, but I saw so many other like tieflings and onis and demon girls and succubi. I'm just like, oh, let me figure out something a little bit different.
You know, you have a great point there. I have not seen a whole lot of seals. Have not seen a lot of walrus tubers either.
I don't think I've ever seen a walrus. I know there are 2 other seal VTubers. I don't, unfortunately. I follow them. I don't, unfortunately, know their handles off the top of my head, so I unfortunately can't plug them. But
That's fine. Speaking of handles, that's Seppy's Twitch right there that I had posted in the chat. So go and give Seppy a follow because Seppy's amazing.
thank you so much.
You really are. I would definitely.
I really appreciate that.
When I saw you playing, I was definitely like, "Wow, this is a diamond in the rough. This is an underrated gem of a streamer here."
Oh, thank you. That honestly does mean a whole lot, and I'm sorry that I'm too drunk to really, really, fucking say my piece.
You are absolutely fine. Don't even worry about it. I mean, we're here like you are in the spotlight. You are a superstar, okay? So, I mean, you know, this is like, you know, I came and I was like, hey, come on my show because I wanted to show you off to people. I was like, look at this cool ass VTuber I found. So don't even like worry about that shit.
Thank you.
So, once you're experienced with this community a bit, and I see you mentioned some other people and stuff. What are some of your best or favorite designs that you've seen in the VTuber community?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, fuck. As for like, trying to think of some like really interesting designs that I've seen. Oh gosh. Just like I have never been on Twitter. I have never watched a stream. Fuck. God,
I'm
that is
an
a good
FBI
fucking
agent
question.
who's been assigned to be a VTuber.
I really like people who defy the norm of VTubers and just sometimes have like a little chibi, like it's Bruce Baby on Twitter. I think they're just Bruce the Shark on Twitch. But they're just like a little tiny shark, but they have little, like, it's almost like if a shark and a tiny puppy had like a mix. They do have like an actual like model, like an actual PNG of like a more like physical person, but it's just like they have this little tiny shark, and they do art, and they're very very cute. And of course, I have to rep my my fellow sea friends.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, I've seen a lot of designs that are just fantastic and just make me feel like I don't even belong here.
Oh fucking god, that is fucking me.
I feel that 100%. You know, I see people like, you ever see Juniper Octius?
I believe so. I
She,
believe so.
she's a moth and she transforms into like different
Yes.
forms all the time and uses
Yes, I
voice
have seen
mod
them.
to do crazy ass shit.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're really neat. I love moth VTubers. They're just so cool, and it's just like, oh, I want wings, but I'm a seal. I can't have wings.
I mean, hey, it could be worse. You could be like me. You could be a vampire. You know how many vampire VTubers debut like every day? There's at
Gosh,
least
I
like
mean,
three.
there's something that I am like, I am drawn to like more like vampiric type stuff. I always have been, and it probably doesn't help that people who meet me joke IRL that I am a vampire just because a whole lot of arbitrary shit that it's really just me having a garlic allergy that makes people go, "Oh, are you a vampire?"
And the drinking blood, and the requiring an invitation to cross a river.
Yes. Yes.
You snorted. I
I
love it.
mean, isn't that isn't that a fucking passport, dude?
You know, I don't know how traditional vampire lore stands up with like modern bureaucratic freaking
I
border
mean,
legalities.
to cross to enter a home, you always want to ask before you enter, and I feel like with having oh gosh, what is it? No more silver in mirrors that they can actually see themselves.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but I'm like a shitty vampire. That's kind of part of what I wanted to do, was to be a
A
shitty
shitty
vampire.
ass no good vampire.
Yes, I wanted to be like your loser fucking uncle if he was like a vampire.
You fucking burnout uncle that hangs by the bowling alley.
Yes, that's actually like part of my lore, is that I live in a an abandoned shopping mall.
Oh god, I
And
love that.
run an arcade and play in a cover band on the weekends.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I don't have any cool lore. I want cool lore.
I literally based my lore off of like that uncle or cousin or like brother that everyone had that they thought was so cool when they were like 12. And it's like, oh yeah, my uncle says fuck the government and has a motorcycle and a hot girlfriend, but then like, you know, you grow up and like he's like living in a trailer and like fucking like playing in like a fucking cover band and working some kind of like shitty job. Like I own
Fucking-
an arcade that doesn't make any money and
Fucking-
live out of the back of it.
Bumming off your fucking Pall Mall menthol 100.
Right. My joke is like this set is actually in like my mom's backyard.
You fucking god.
But
Get
like
the shitty tiki bar decorations at a party city. No, this is an authentic Hawaiian tiki.
yeah, we're live from Kauai. Baby. And
Baby.
that's what's up. Oh my god.
Uh,
You fucking cowards won't even redeem a fucking like puff stick. So I'm gonna fucking do it.
fuck it. Fuck it.
Oh,
There you go.
Sick.
I want to take another drink.
That's what me too. I'm like, man, we were supposed to be like way more fucked up by now. It's like almost been an hour.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's two. There we go. My head just came off my shoulders.
Oh, fuck.
This stuff is called green crack.
Jesus.
It'll
Oh, God, I gotta take one more sip. Jesus.
Ah. Ah. Okay.
Oh,
Like, this stuff is like, that is in my chill stick is so crazy because it's always like at least 80% THC.
Jesus fuck, dude.
Yeah. It's like pure concentrated cannabis extract. It's like 80% THC. Well, 80 to 90%, depending on which strain.
Yeah. I don't smoke anymore just because asthma is a big shitter, but I'll have an edible every once in a while.
Absolutely. Okay. Woo. Woo.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Suck
Oh,
this.
ripping penis, my dude.
Stop. Puh. What? Did you say you were ripping some penis?
No, I said ripping penis, dude.
Oh. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. So, anyway, we got this talk show. And we're doing it. And even this won't stop me. Because I have these questions written down. So, what is your ultimate dream as a VTuber?
Fuck, that is a hard ass question. Fuck. I don't really like, it's nice to get recognition. It is, but it's just like, I feel like I wouldn't even know what to do if I gained like a really big following. I just want to create a decent sized, like a decent sized following where I'm not like, where I can read chat, but chat is not constantly going. I just want to be a fucking place where people can fucking get off work or get off school and just fucking take a break from this fucking shit ass world and just hang out and maybe laugh, maybe fucking watch me be bad at video games and hang out with people that they enjoy being around. That's my goal. I just want to create a nice community that enjoys the content that I make and isn't necessarily there because anime girl, you know?
That's hot. That's like, you want to be like Cheers, but with video games.
Yeah.
Everyone out there is like, what the fuck is Cheers, homie?
Yeah. And then maybe eventually just retire to Frasier.
Eat my boomer ass references. And thank you. Like, I think, like, there's gotta be something I can give you for making a Frasier reference.
God, I don't even want to fucking go into Frasier right now. Oh.
I invented a variant of vaporwave called Frasier Wave.
No.
This is my greatest accomplishment
please.
as an artist.
Please do not dress like Dr. Frasier Crane, please.
Last time that trend went around with the fucking, it was the IRL versus the VTuber.
Oh god, yeah.
Last time that trend went around, I show my friends, I'll show you what I had posted as my IRL picture, because I'm always disingenuous about it, of course, because like I just enjoy being disingenuous sometimes, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
see, I'm like half and half with that. It's just like I'll post one that's like a joke where it's just the fucking seal plushie, and then I'll just no, I hate that. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it.
That's what I
actually hate it.
as my IRL picture.
What is wrong with the fucking his head is whiter than his body. Fucking toss.
You know Kelsey
That's
Grammer be
fucking-
running around nude everywhere. Come on. He just runs around nude with a baseball cap.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh god, I hate it. Fucking salad and scrambled tan, I bet.
When I posted that last time, there was one of those VTuber versus IRL picture things.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Yeah. I feel like I have to be both genuine and not genuine at the same time, so I'll just post a really shitty, like, JPEG of a fucking seal for one, and then I'm just like, alright, guys. Because it's just like, I don't mind showing my face, I just don't do it a lot, because there are fucking some weirdos out there, and it's just like, I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm hot. Like, so I don't want people to just like fucking
Can confirm.
fuck.
But like, you know,
I'm taking another drink for that.
I want to give a special shout out to anybody out there who knows who Kelsey Grammer is. Fuck yes. Good night, Seattle.
Aren't they doing a Frasier reboot?
They better.
They're doing a Frasier reboot, yeah?
They better, and it better
I
run
heard they were.
forever.
I don't know what they're gonna do since the dad died.
Well, I mean, it's logical that he would. It's not like it's an untimely death.
Yeah.
You know, Martin probably would have died, like, eventually had the show gone on. I'm sure, like, they
Fuck,
would have...
okay, I don't want to go into the Frasier verse. Fuck, I shouldn't do this while I'm drunk.
This is now a show about, like, a Frasier review show. Changing the name of this show to Tossed Salads and Scrambled Eggs.
No, stop. Oh, no.
Good times.
Oh, okay.
We like to have fun here.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. What advice would you give to VTubers who are looking to improve their growth or people who are just getting started in VTubing?
Honestly, fucking make a Twitter and just, I know there are lots of people who post oh, drop your PNGs, tell me a little bit about yourself, make a networking thread. Do it. Fucking post your PNG in that, because that's how I met a lot of people, and it just grew from there. And once you do that, and once you stream a little bit, don't be afraid to just fucking let loose and be yourself. And always on streams, keep fucking talking. Dead air is no viewer air. That's how I feel. Like, it's really hard to keep on talking, but just fucking load yourself up with ideas before you get on stream, and it just snowballs from there. It really does. Like, I don't have a super big following. Yes, I am affiliate, but it's just like, it grows. It does. It grows, and you just gotta be patient.
And that's 100% true. It's important to get out there as much as you can. Anything you can do to get yourself out there, and that's one thing. Now, I will say this, all right? And I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. Hang on. Come here. Where the fuck are you? All right, let's do this. We're gonna keep it real. All right, just for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Hit him with it, KRS-One.
Lick a shot!
Yeah,
What was that?
that was KRS-One going Booyakasha.
Jesus.
Good,
Fuck.
good stuff. But honestly, keeping it real here, like I do see occasionally some of the bigger streamers post something that's kind of disconnected from the reality of smaller streamers. But one big streamer the other day had posted something that kind of rang true in my head, and was like, don't be afraid. I can't remember exactly who posted it, but they said, don't be afraid to, push your ass, get yourself out there, market yourself, retweet your own shit, do whatever you can do to, like, get eyes on you. And because that's really what's most important at this phase. You got to get the eyes on you, and then if you're getting the eyes and they're not staying, which you can kind of see by your analytics, if your average viewers aren't where you want them to be, but a lot of people are coming in, that means, it's time to step up your content or figure out, something to do that's going to keep bringing people on, because content and consistency are going to keep people coming. Thank you, Nixie. I'm going to hydrate.
Also gonna take a big sippy. Good water ASMR.
Everyone can hear the reality of me drinking great value bottled water. It's now your reality. Enjoy it with your tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Oh, fuck.
So let me ask you, since you run a gaming channel, what do you consider to be your favorite video game of all time?
Oh, fuck. That is hard.
You could do a top 5 if that's easier.
Fuck yeah. I'm probably gonna have to do top 5 because I love so many games.
Even a top 5 in no particular order will suffice.
Yeah, no particular order. Duck Hunt was my first game, so I'll put that up there. Probably Super Mario Galaxy, because I remember, like, sitting down and seeing the graphics for the first time and going, whoa. And it like drew me back into video games. Pokemon X and Y. Really, I had always been a Pokemon kid growing up. Like, I played so many different Pokemon games, and then I fell out for like a while, and I didn't play for a couple gens. I went back and played a couple of games, but X and Y really got me back into it to the point where I was absolutely obsessively playing. That's 3, right? Yeah, that's 3. I would say definitely the Danganronpa series. In particular, my favorite out of the series is Super Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, just because that has Chiaki Nanami in it, and she is my fucking... If I had to name a waifu that I had, it is absolutely her. I have my whole fucking desk setup is centered around merch over her, because I'm a big fucking nerd. And then number 5 would be Yoshi's Story, because it is such a fucking nostalgic game for me. I remember sitting in my fucking best friend's basement, playing on the 64, eating Pokemon Pop-Tarts, and drinking Dr. Thunder, and just fucking playing it for hours. Not being good at it at all, but just fucking playing it for hours and hours and having so much fun.
Dr. Motherfucking Thunder.
Yeah, Dr. Listen, it suffices when you're a kid.
My father actually used to buy everything completely, like, he was a huge Dr. Pepper fan, but he was so much into stuff that was bad. He would buy like the craziest sodas that were completely based on their name and marketing.
Yes.
So
I love that
he
shit.
would buy like the most ridiculous variation of like Dr. whatever. I remember like one time it was like Dr. Rocket, like Dr.
Fucking
Right.
Dr. Bob.
Yeah, I have had a sip of Dr. Everything, every like generic variation of Dr. Pepper there is, because like my dad was obsessed with always buying the soda, like whatever soda had like the weirdest name in the fucking grocery store. So any kind of
Dude, if I
abysmal
find-
cursed soda, like I've had it.
Yeah, God. And now people do like novelty sodas where it's just like, try this ranch flavored fucking soda, you dumb fuck. Drink it, idiot.
It blows my mind that stuff like that is really on the market.
Yeah. Dude, you go to those, like... Okay, so, where I live, there's a small town, a couple hours over, and it is, like, just, like, based on tourism for the big strip of stores that they have, and they're old-timey soda stores. And they've got, like, buffalo flavor, like, buffalo chicken flavor. They've got, like, fucking dog fart shit. It's so gross. But people buy that shit up. They're just like, oh, how bad could it be? And then they drink it, and then they throw it away because it tastes like fucking pepperoni dog farts.
Oh, my God. Well, you've heard it, folks. I never thought anyone would say, like, pepperoni dog farts on my show, and that's happened now. I love these new phrases. I love hearing new things every day. Isn't it a wonderful world that we get to wake up and entertain people and learn new phrases every day, like pepperoni dog farts? That's fantastic. We'll make we'll make some adjustments to it, and we'll make a tradition out of it.
It's just like, come get this fucking pineapple kombucha, you stupid dumb fuck. Drink it.
Oh, yeah. Be careful with the pineapples around here. Johnny Two Shoes shoved them up his ass. So.
Oh god, shit.
And
Fucking just like little Nicky, I guess.
that's Canaan. That's Canaan around these parts. And if you're lucky, one day Johnny Two Shoes will follow you on Twitter too.
Oh, this is fucking great.
And you'll know the legend of the self-sodomizing pineapple gangster. Oh, why is this happening? Why did this show take a turn? So, let me ask you, what genre of video games is your favorite genre to play?
Fuck. I have a really big love for a very, very niche category of horror RPG maker games that are puzzle based. They are I was obsessed with them for a long time. There's a few that like have really stuck with me, like Ebe, Mad Father, Paranoiac, Mermaid Swamp, just some that just really fucking hit you. Crooked Man, fucking God, Misao. Just there, and I guess Corpse Party does fall into that, but that's become a little bit mainstream since they've gotten like an actual like big translation, and they've ported it over to Vita, and they've ported it over. I think it's on Switch now. I know it's on Steam, but I love puzzle-based horror games.
That's awesome. So, like, that's cool you mentioned RPG Maker stuff. I wanted to try to pick that up while the Steam sale's going on.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a cool thing. Thank you so much for the follow, Fluffy Arcades. I'm so glad that you're here to
Fluffy Arcades
enjoy
is now following.
all of this that's going on.
Fluffy Arcades made the PNG that we're using.
Oh, that's fantastic. So it's somebody who knows we're not normal and doesn't have like high expectations. Good. Welcome. Super welcome then. Oh, that's the way I look at it being a VTuber. Especially being an intoxicated VTuber. All right.
But yes, I adore the RPG Maker type games. For a while actually, I was actually making music for a while, and I would write songs based on these fucking horror games, and a lot of them kind of built up my writing prowess for different songs, and I kind of have this very basic level of nostalgia that just kind of builds and builds every time that I replay those games.
That's awesome. That's super awesome. I actually was thinking about going that route myself, since like I wanted to do something that would be a little more interactive maybe with my chat, that you know, than like say like writing a novel per se or something along those lines. And I gotta hear about this music. Like this is awesome. Like I'm really intrigued by this idea of what you've been doing. And thank you, Fluffy Arcade. Thank you for saying that we're cool. I hope everyone else believes it. And thank you for adding to our clout.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, when I was in high school, I was writing these. Well, I've been writing songs for as long as I can remember, and I just I really hit a patch of just wanting to do nothing but writing music in high school, and the town that I was in had a very small studio where I was originally taking guitar lessons. And I played some of the music that I wrote for my teacher, and she was like, "Hey, we should record this." And for a while, I was recording some of my own music. But the problem was the guy who was laying down the drum tracks was currently in college on the other side of the state. So it was really hard for him to come down and lay drum tracks on it. And unfortunately, it never got finished. And I really regret not reaching out to her and finishing some of these tracks.
Well, damn. Like, you can do a lot of stuff on your own. Like, I don't know, do you have much experience with recording?
Only the stuff that I did with her, and I mean I uploaded a couple of things to YouTube back when I was recording, but it was never finished, and I ended up getting embarrassed and taking it all down. But I still have, I mean my guitars, I need to restring them, but I still have a journal of my music that I have written down. That I want to do something with it at some point. I really do, because music has been my passion for a long time, and I've kind of been slacking on it for a while, honestly.
Damn. Like, that's impressive. Like, so, like, the plot thickens because you happen to, like, just casually mention that you are also a guitarist. So...
Yeah, I'm not good. I'm not great. I can lay down a rhythm guitar, but while I was in the studio, like for different things, obviously, I could never do drums. I could never pick up drums, so that's why I need somebody to lay down the drum track. But while I was there, she ended up teaching me bass. She ended up teaching me a little bit of violin. She ended up teaching me piano. She ended up teaching me a little bit of mandolin, because I was in fucking buttfuck nowhere, and all they listened to out there is country music, and other people who would come in needed fucking people to play mandolin for their shit, and I'm just like, I guess it's another string instrument, so I guess I'll fucking pick it up, and I did. I'm definitely not an expert in any of those fields, but I know my way around a guitar and around other string instruments, and I've always been a vocalist. I've always had a love for singing.
That's fucking amazing, to be honest. Just in the sense that, like, I think you and I are so similar, it's crazy. Like, I am also like a vocalist and a player of most stringed instruments, and that's, you know, always been kind of like my jam. Like, I play the violin, I play the guitar, I play the bass, the mandolin, and things like that.
Oh yeah.
And I did drop some country on your asses last Monday when I was doing unarchived karaoke. I dropped some old school shit. I dropped some Waylon Jennings on your asses, and I dropped some Hank Williams III on your asses.
Oh my God.
So I was hitting it
Yeah.
from all angles.
I've never been super into country music, but while I was there, my dad actually is a karaoke DJ, and since we were living in the middle of fucking nowhere, and all they do is country, when I would go to karaoke nights with him, I would do my regular shit that I wanted to do, and I would always push in a country song every once in a while if I was comfortable.
Yeah, I feel that. I just basically do country songs every now and then just to fuck with people's heads, because, like, I know nobody's, like, expecting me to sing, like, Lukenbach, Texas in the middle of a set of Alice in Chains songs.
Jesus.
So, you know, it's fun for me. We like to have fun here.
Yeah.
So, what kind of guitar do you play?
Well, I have two separate guitars, that I need to restring both. I literally, in the desk that I am sitting at, I have the guitar strings here in my desk, and I just have been too lazy to restring, but, I have an old acoustic guitar that belonged to my mom, that I play. And then I have, my dad fucking surprised me for my 14th birthday, because my dad used to travel a lot for his old job. And I was really disappointed he couldn't make my 14th birthday, and he came home after his trip and surprised me with a brand new fucking Yamaha electric guitar. Oh gosh. And a nice amp to go with it, but yeah, I unfortunately haven't really had the energy or the time to just fucking sit down with a guitar that is fully stringed and fucking pluck out something. I've just been sitting writing lyrics occasionally, but other than that, it's been a while since I've actually gotten to pick up any sort of stringed instrument and fucking go to town, I guess.
Honestly, I bet it would be pretty huge if you ever decided to play any of your original compositions on your stream.
Like I've thought about it. Like I've thought about, like, even just like banging out like a couple of verses of a song I've written, or whatever. Like I've given some thought to it, and I just never have. I don't know if I'm just too chicken shit, or I just don't think anybody would be interested in watching, but
I'd be
that's
interested.
kind of how the mentality been.
I'd be interested,
Yeah.
and look how fucking floofy my hair is. So,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, I just have pretty much like acoustics right now. I'd gotten rid of my last electric, but I usually opt to play Ibanez electrics. I've used Ibanez my whole career as a musician, but right now I am using a Luna acoustic guitar. It's a Luna Dolphin model, and actually I'll tell you something. Like, do you want to know my secret shame?
What?
My secret shame is basically the fact that these guitars are specifically designed for, like, women, and I have small hands, and that's why I play them, because my hands are not very big, and it makes it easier for me. So, like, my sad little hands, I play a guitar that was designed specifically for women.
I feel that my hands are abnormally small. I'm all around just a kind of tiny person in general, but just like
We'll look into that sometime.
just like even
Look into Luna, because like Luna was specifically made by women for women. So
I'll have to look into that.
like, you know, I was always jelly of my homeboys who had like huge hands and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, you can do those bar chords so easily and everything, and it's not even an issue. But when I try to do them, like, I'm just like in agony.
Yeah, I just fuck around with a capo for my
Yeah, see, like, and it got to the point where, like, you know, I was really happy to find out about these Luna guitars, though, because I was just like, oh my god, I can do bar chords now, and like they don't fucking stretch my fingers out to the absolute limit. So that was always nice. Now I'm gonna go back and hide in my cave with my small hand shame.
Oh.
But from knowing that, I do know how to advise people to pick a guitar if your hands aren't that big and you're tired of feeling like pain from stretching really far. So, do you have a song that you would consider to be a theme song for your character?
Honestly, I don't. I haven't. I've thought about getting some background music commissioned because I don't really have. I have like a, I have many songs that I listen to and that I love dearly, but I don't really quite fit with Seppy. It's just Seppy is its own sort of vibe, and I really just haven't really found something that kind of encapsulates that in any sort of way, not as like oh my model is so unique and different. It's just literally I haven't come across a song that I feel like particularly really fits with Seppy. It's just whatever I'm feeling, honestly, that day.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break to use the restroom and get some more water and some more beer here. And
Yes, I need to refill. My cup is empty.
I figured you were probably pretty toasted, or I mean pretty out of liquids, or maybe needing to go to the bathroom. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But when we come back, that segue, eat it. When we come back, we're gonna be
Fucking Paul
discussing
Blart segue.
some more stuff about music, gaming, and some other things. We will be back real soon. Thank you very much.
I know it seems kinda tough, but really it's easy enough for us to slow down the pace so we can all go take a break. In fact, there's not much better than nothing at all, and that's especially true when there is something to do. 目の前をぐるぐる世界が駆け抜ける。でも私は daydream 夢見てる。Look out the window 窓の外 Watching the world go by goodbye みんなどこかへ向かってるでも髪が dancing in the wind こういう時に思うんだ生きてて本当に良かった幸せ気分になれるんだこれでいい気がするんだ I got a smile on my face Cause now I'm taking a break 何もしないこの時間今っていうこの瞬間レースにブレーキかけて Let's slow down I know it seems kinda tough But really it's easy enough For us to slow down the pace So we can all go take a break In fact there's not much better than nothing at all And 綺麗なんだこういう時に思うんだ生きてるって不思議 Life is a race, that's what they say So time out and look around 立ち止まると見えてくる I see it now Take a break
Hey, you've reached Gus and Jamie from KKB. We're recording right now, so leave your message after the beep.
Yo, Gus and Jamie, it's Sarah. Just to let you know that I don't want to do anything today. So I'll see you later. Bye. I know it seems kinda tough, but really it's easy enough for us to slow down the pace so we can all go take a break. In fact, there's not much better than nothing at all, and that's especially true when there is something to do. Just move very slowly to the beat. Now get down and put up your feet. If you like to lounge, relax or flop. Doesn't really matter when you're doing squat. Small town, what to get around? Everybody safe and sound, 'cause the action's happening somewhere else. There are a few shops, one that sells lots. Special supermarket deals can be quite fun if there's nothing else to do. And I would like to fly away. Around here, everybody knows my name.
Sarah.
And they all think I am so strange because I don't look quite the same. The bus doesn't come much, never on holidays, and the station's several miles out. So we all stay in, drinking cups of tea, watching TV until it's lights out. And I would like to fly away. Around here, everybody knows my name. And they all think I am so strange because I don't look quite the same. 学校帰り森を抜けていつもの場所に行くけど空は青で私は緑自分って一体なんだろう風に乗って飛んでけばきっといつかわかるはず名古屋、小樽、ケノウォース、ロンドン次はどこに KKB And I would like to fly away Around here everybody knows my name And they all think I am so strange Because I don't look quite the same Because I don't look quite the same Because I don't look quite the same Because I don't look quite the sameブランコ強く漕げばいつか一周できるはず砂場を必死に掘れば明日にはブラジルさここは僕の公園だ滑り台登ってやる捕まえるぜ今日こそ絶対 Stop the page now When the sun is out I leave the house and head down to the park But never after dark Cause that's when the monsters come out to play I could spend all day on the climbing frame Just being who I want The cool kids reach the top But I would rather enjoy 形を当てて自分の思いにふけてた。もうブランコには乗らないけど、もう砂山は作らないけど、滑り台も登らない。でも公園にはまだ行くよ。 When the sun is out I leave the house and head down to the park, but never after dark, cause that's when the monsters come out to play. I can spend all day on the climbing frame just being who I want. The cool kids reach the top, but I would rather enjoy myself. Are you going? Come on, come on. It takes two to see. So are you chicken? Oh no, I'm not. It'd be staying at home. And I go round and 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 round. When the sun is out I leave the house and head down to the park, but never after dark, cause that's when the monsters come out to play. I can spend all day on the climbing frame just being who I want. The cool kids reach the top, but I would rather enjoy myself. Are you going? It takes two to see. So enjoy myself. Oh no, I'm not. No, 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 no. 影こそぜまだ行くよ。But it'd be staying at home. Hey, let's all go into the forest. Nobody will notice for a while. There we can visit all the creatures. Maybe they can teach us facts of life. Or we could travel to the ocean. Don't forget your lotion, it's quite hard. I once met 7 lovely crabs. They said I should go back and join them for tea. Oh wait, the forest got demolished when they built the airport years ago. But we can still go see the ocean, cause they put it in a bowl of the mold. I'm having a party, everyone can come. By the way, you're invited, you seem pretty fun. I've got a massive sound system, biggest in the world. DJ spins all the tunes that will make you move. I don't need a reason to get down, but if it's your birthday, you're still welcome to come round. My party's on. My party's on, you gotta come. My party's on. You don't have to bring extra food, I've got it all laid out. Cake and jelly and ice cream.
All
enough
right.
for everyone.
We are back. I'm sorry about that. I had some unforeseen circumstances come up during the break there. And, but I am back now. and better than ever.
Hell yeah.
Listen, my hair is great. This is the fans. The fans decided that I was gonna look like this today. They did the redeem and they know. So they decided that this was gonna be today's look.
Oh, sorry, I just did another shot.
Oh, you are fine. That's a good plan.
Oh,
So what would you say are your musical influences, and what kind of music would you say you listen to the most?
oh shit, that is a hard question. I mean, I listen to everything that is not country. God, I remember growing up really, really hitting hard with Phil Collins, Billy Joel, um, a lot of Bon Jovi, and a lot of Beatles, I would say as well, but not so much now. Now I say my biggest influences, especially with vocals, I would say is Fall Out Boy. I think Patrick Stump has a phenomenal voice. The way he belts out notes is something that I've really taken to when it comes to performing my own type of music. And then of course, I gotta give it up to like Ghost and God fucking there are so many bands that I could list right now that just like off the top of my head, but it's like I don't know, Panic at the Disco, Foo Fighters, Weezer, fucking Green Day. There's so many that I absolutely adore. But yeah, I would say if I took inspiration from anyone's vocals, it would absolutely be Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy.
That's definitely very cool. I'm very much into that, and that's pretty unique influences, and I like that. That's very cool. Um, Oddly enough, I would say my primary vocal influence would be Tori Amos. As strange as that is.
Nice.
And as few people probably know who that is either. And yes, that is a robe and a bongo, and I do need a haircut. I've gone wild over here. Some people made some redeems, and now I'm just looking like this, I forgot the redeems to put me in other outfits, so I don't know what to do but look like an asshole like this. You want a true story? What do you want a true story about?
Oh God. Uh-oh.
I want to know.
Uh-oh.
What? That's not how it works. Did you read the description? You gotta trigger my memory. It doesn't work so good. You can't read. I can't read either. You quit. I wish I could, but I've invested a lot of time into this, including making this goofy ass looking model just for laughs and to make people say what the fuck when they come on this channel. So, like, I wish I could quit, but I can't. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep making the VTuber community a better place every day I can. I gotta push past my limits. It is, but since no one's done that redeem in a minute, maybe I can do something about it. Give me a minute. How about we'll go to this?
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, are you breaking out the Papa model?
Yes.
God, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Since you mentioned Ghost.
Yes, I really hope they go on tour once all of this is over because I need to go to a ritual again. I really do. They were so fucking good when I saw them last.
You regret everything, honey. That's 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 a common mentality around here, I think. Most of us regret most everything. That's the human condition. But yes, I absolutely would love to do that. I do as best as I can to make VTuber mock rituals occasionally when I
Yeah.
can. And apparently I did that at the V Harmony Festival as well because people told me like I was like super drunk and people just told me I wouldn't get off stage until everyone told me that their taint was tickled.
Yes, oh my god, he was so fucking. Cardinal is such a good performer. Holy shit, he is so fucking good. He's so funny. He knows how to command a stage. Just. Oh, and the ghouls when he's doing his costume changes, fucking just guitar battling. It's so fucking good.
You didn't tell me what to tell you a story about. And naturally, because people have made me get very stoned, I forgot. So, I guess I can tell you the story. Hey, look, it wasn't my choice. It was the choice of the viewers, and the viewers chose that I should be like a ridiculous level of consumed by marijuana. Wait, that doesn't work.
Fucking Papa's about to get fucking zooted.
But you want a story? Here's a story for you. I told this one to my friends the other day, and they changed my name in that Discord. But yes, I have. I've done all the drugs. Thank you. I used to, I was a professional wrestler, a professional musician, a professional actor on the stage. So yes, like in my lifetime, there's nowhere I've ever gone where the drug has not been surrounding me like a cloud, except for now, which is very nice. You know, now I just sit around and I smoke my pot and I drink some beer and I entertain some people on the internet. You know, I don't have to go to a show or anything like that and have people be like, "Hey man, you want some heroin?"
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like, so it's nice to, not be in that kind of environment as a VTuber. Oh, and also, that is my waifu behind my head, Shaltir Bloodfallen. How you had mentioned earlier about, you had a waifu and everything
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I try to hide my waifu in all of my scenes.
I mean, part of Seppy's design is actually based, at least the hair, is based on my waifu's hair.
And hey, that's awesome, wherever you can draw your inspiration from.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a word? Like, I really hope you're not bullshitting me and that's like legitimately somebody's name. Because, like, you better be a badass if that's your name. Or else anime like villains are just gonna pop up on you all the time and be like, well, if it isn't unpronounceable name Izeki. Oh, she died? I'm sorry to hear that. Let me
Rip in penis.
yeah, let me throw an F in the chat for you. I mean, that was I'll pour one out. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, that's fine. Absolutely enjoy yourself, Fluffy Arcades. Do whatever you want. I appreciate lurkers, chatters, whatever you want to do. Just, have fun and enjoy yourself here, because that's what we're here for. So, what are 5 songs that you would recommend people in our audience listen to get a feel for your style?
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's actually a tough question. Ooh, okay. All right. Fuck. Let me look at my fucking playlist real quick. Let me bring that shit up. Oh God. Okay. You want to know really what my shit is? I would first off recommend my favorite ghost song, which is Witch Image. That one is really fucking good, and I can never not jam to it. God, let me see. Fuck. Let's see. I would say Church by Fall Out Boy. Let's see, that's 2. Fuck, I would probably say I'm Still Standing by Elton John. That is a song that means a fucking ton to me. And if we want to get into some funky shit, The Hit by TWRP featuring Ninja Sex Party. They are also great. And the last song I would probably recommend. Definitely I would have to go with my absolute go-to karaoke song, which is Somebody to Love by Queen.
That is
I think
awesome.
that's 5.
I think so. I can't count. Oh, I was going to tell you a story, right? Wasn't I?
Oh yeah, you're supposed to say a story.
Yeah, and I can't remember to do things because things are hard. But let me tell you about. Let's see. Okay, here's one. Super crazy, right? So, my boys and I had lived in this motel because, my friend's parents owned this, motel. And we just, I don't know, for some reason, they just gave us rooms sometimes. And, we'd have to move into, the main room if the place was booked. And so the main room is attached to the front office of the hotel, and that's where my friend was living. And there was a rotating order to this, right? That's later. I mean, this isn't Romeo and Juliet. This is just living arrangements. So there's a pecking order, right? Somebody sleeps on the floor and somebody gets the chair, the recliner, and then like the person at the top of the pecking order gets the couch. It's like whoever's squatted there at my homeboy's place the longest. The most consecutive nights. And so one of our friends comes by, and I was just chilling because at that point I had earned recliner status. Big baller, recliner status. I was living in that motherfucking recliner, living that recliner life. It was like a 70s recliner too, that was all itchy and
Odd.
gross, so you had to
The
keep a
textile
blanket on top
sensation.
of it. Yeah, we were living like kings. But we did have, like, you know, access to a jacuzzi and a swimming
fuck.
pool that were well maintained, so, you know, and we had a lot of pot and beer. And, and we were all like, you know, 19 years old at the time. So my buddy shows up he knocks on like the back apartment door of the main office of the hotel, and he's like, fuck. He was all pissed off, and he was like, hey, you guys want to like I don't know what to do. I was just riding my bike and this vial of acid broke in my pants pocket.
Oh no.
Like, do you guys want to, like, if you guys each toss me $10, you can, like, have as much as you want before it all leaks out. So we all tossed him
Jesus fucking
$10
Christ.
and, like, dropped acid, like, in our eyeballs. And that was crazy, right?
No.
Like, you know, of course you'd taken it orally before. We've done that and everything. But this time we were like, oh, man, we have so much. Let's take it, like, in our eyeballs and in our mouth and everything. And, like, then I sat down after really just dosing my ass off and watched, like, The Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Except, like, the movie itself was just one big explosion. And it just kept going. Like, it was just like an 11-hour explosion. I sat there and looked at a fucking explosion for 11 hours. I don't know how. The movie was, like, not that long. But, and then I woke up.
Yeah.
Like, upside down in my chair, and my eyes were like crusted shut.
My God.
And so I pried them open eventually, and then that morning I went and took my GED and fucking nailed that motherfucker.
You took your GED as well then.
I took my GED on acid.
Fuck.
I was still tripping, and I was
Jesus
like, oh
Christ.
man, I can't go back to sleep. I don't know what to do. Hey, I could go take my GED. So I went, and I fucking, like, killed the GED, like, on acid. I was doing those tests, and, like, they were showing you, like, a picture of, like, a scientific biome and asking you to, like, identify shit. And I would look at that picture of the biome, man, and, like, the ducks were flying off the paper and all kinds of bullshit. But somehow I aced that motherfucker. So there's your story.
God. I think the only thing that I've done that could possibly be that wild is one night after a fucking football game. I used to be a party girl in high school. I'm not even gonna lie. And fuck, we were playing Truth or Dare, and I got dared to. I got.
All right. Let's see.
I got dared to butt chug a Smirnoff Ice. Oh, and I don't really remember too much of the rest of the night.
Wow. That's that's amazing. I can't, that's amazing. So you heard it here first, you know. Seppy is wild.
I don't do that much partying anymore. I don't know. Maybe someday. I don't know.
Seppy likes the nightlife and Seppy likes to party.
I mean, I've done like I've done like 5 shots of moonshine, and now I have like a bunch of other shots that I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, you are not wrong that it is, always an explosion on those movies. It's, absolutely true. But this explosion lasted like way longer than the movie. Yeah, and that was, to be honest, that's like probably one of my most mild stories.
Jesus Christ.
Like nobody even like did anything like that illegal other than use of narcotics and trafficking of narcotics, maybe, considering my friend had a lot of acid on him.
Okay,
But
I do remember one part of that night, and that was somebody also dared me to go streaking, but that's it. That's all I remember.
well, that's an old party favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you this. Who would you say are your top 5 singers of all time?
Ooh, okay. Like I mentioned earlier, I would say at number one, I'm not gonna rank them in order, but I will say at number one, I do say Patrick Stump, just because he has such a broad vocal range, and the way he can belt things out inspires me to train my voice up to do the same thing. Which I think I've been able to nail down pretty well. Hopefully one day as good as him. I will say, vocalists. In terms of vocal ability, I really appreciate Brandon Urie from Panic at the Disco, because he also has a very, very, very wide range. He can go very, very low to very, very high. And I appreciate anybody who can have such a range. I also will say Freddie Mercury. He just puts so much emotion into his voice that you can tell when he's singing and smiling. It's very obvious. Which I always enjoy hearing a singer being able to hear a singer smile in the middle of their song. Is always something that I really like. I'm trying to think. Let's see, 2 more. Um, I'll also say, I really admire Prince's voice. Just because I feel like at the time it was very, where he was, it was very much either you were kind of like a rock band, like long hair, Def Leppard type of feel, or you were in some sort of like jazzy, or just in a different. Prince was on a different level, to where he could sing something, and if anybody else sang something like he sung something, it wouldn't get any traction. But the way he was able to not only carry himself, but present himself in terms of singing is something that I've always admired. Um, and then for fifth, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna say I'm like I feel like such a big nerd about it, but honestly, Tobias Forge, I think he's great. I think he can put on many personas, and I think that whatever persona he has on, he can pull off. And if he can actively convey emotion in his singing, but also just has a really solid voice that can do many different things and just can get very gritty if he wants to get gritty. He can get very soft and whimsical if he wants to. He can get that sort of fucking if ABBA was a black metal band vibe. And I admire it. I really do.
Absolutely, 100%. Um, you know, like Ghost is doing some really cool things, like, and I am super into it. And of course, Solaris, you must
Absolutely.
obey. You must go and follow Seppy. This is the way. This is what we do now. This is what all the cool kids are doing. This is how you chug jug, motherfucker.
Oh goodness. I'm very drunk. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Don't even worry about it. So, what's your most anticipated upcoming release on video games? Anything since I'm asking that because like E3,
Fuck. Yeah,
E3 just
E3 just
came and
dropped.
everything else.
I'm trying to think back to what all happened. um, I I'm gonna say for now, I'm going to say the new Metroid game. Like I said, I've always been big into horror games and whatnot, and it feels like this Metroid is meant to be kind of, if not horror, at least a suspenseful game, and I'm fucking down bad for that.
That's awesome. Like that sounds fucking cool, and now you know what Seppy's down bad for. So.
I mean, have you seen Samus? Have you seen Samus?
Like on Purple Bitch's channel or what?
Oh, I just meant in general.
Oh.
Not.
Yeah. I definitely have. It's some Samus is something. Yeah, exactly. Zero Suit Samus bad. Not gonna lie, I couldn't
Oh,
say
yes.
it better myself, honey. And that is the way.
She could rip me in. She could rip me in half, and I would thank her.
Jesus Christ, Seppy. I love it. It's beautiful.
could
Life
fucking-
is beautiful.
She can fucking pull me apart, ass cheek from ass cheek, where God perforated me.
Well, there you have it in a great amount of detail. Annie says she could give me that Ripley treatment. So, let me ask you, on your channel, what are some games you plan on streaming in the future so people who are seeing you here and following you will know, like, maybe what they can expect in the next month or so?
I mean, I was just gifted a couple of things off my Steam wish list. So, possibly Titanfall 2. Definitely Carry On, which I'm very excited for. And possibly some Final Fantasy 14 online.
Everybody with the Final to see 14.
I know, but it has such a good character creator, and I'm a big slut for being able to customize my character.
Yeah, I can't say I go too many days without making an alternate model for my for my V-Ride character. Obviously, you've seen 3 today. So yeah, I love character creators, but it's just like I look at that like, my friends are always trying to get me into it. Don't seem for Jessie from Final Fantasy any game she's why do
Fuck. I love Jessie. I simp for Jessie. If I was mad that Jessie is not a romanceable option, I love Jessie, and I think Aerith and Tifa should go out on their own and be with each other instead.
Oh my goodness. That's definitely defiance right there. I'm back to this model because I couldn't stop speaking in an accent with the other one.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that
Whenever
with
I
Papa.
pull out my Papa model, I can't stop speaking in like that kind of vaguely Swedish.
Have you wobbled their anuses enough?
Fake Italian, like, but Swedish still accent.
Yeah.
It just keeps coming out since I've been drinking a few beers. So I have to pull back.
It's bad that I've been able to pick up on it and just haven't said anything.
Like, I literally, like, I can't, because, like, whenever I pull out the model, like, for when I'm doing a karaoke show, like, I'll speak in the accent and stuff, and it just is getting worse and worse, so I had to change my model.
It's a placebo.
It is. It's a placebo effect. So, what would you say are the 5 video games that you would recommend that our audience play at some point in their lives?
Ooh.
I mean, you can try to
okay,
clone my
okay.
vocal cords and sell them on the street, or you could just, download my VODs and, like, clip my voice and put it on a robot and fuck it for all I care.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I would say one hidden gem that I really, really, really would recommend people seek out and play is Super Princess Peach for the DS, where you get to be Peach rescuing Mario and Luigi, and you get to use her power of emotions in order to kind of do puzzles, but it's still a platformer. It's a game that still sticks with me to this day, enough where I went out of my way to buy it online and pick it up and play through it and 100% the entire game. Let's see. I'm trying to think. That's one. I would definitely recommend playing. I know people have definitely played it, but if I could erase my memory and play it all again for the first time, I really do love Undertale. I do. Like, fan base aside, I think it has really good mechanics in terms of seeking out pacifist or genocide route and whatnot, and just characters that are memorable, enjoyable, and all around just a good feeling game. The amount of funny, and a lot of video games try really hard to be funny, and I think Undertale did that very flawlessly, very, very, like, they're not trying to ham-fist it in. And I it's just such a charming game, and of course it's pixel, and I adore pixel games. I would recommend playing Eve. especially if you're into horror games. It's a pixel horror RPG game. And it inspired me to write 2 separate fucking songs. It's very interesting. There's puzzles, there's, suspense. It's really, really a good time. And it has multiple endings, so it definitely does have a lot of replayability. Fourth game, fuck. Honestly, um, I would probably have to say it sounds really, really mundane and simple, but I really enjoyed New Super Mario Brothers for the DS. It's a game that I find myself coming back to again and again because it is such an enjoyable platformer. The point of wanting to see how fast you can get through it. I'm not a speedrunner of any sorts, but if I were to speedrun any sort of game, I would definitely pick that up. Just because it's challenging enough to where you can do the platforming and not, make it through flawlessly in one go, but it's definitely a game. And it has many games on it too that are also very enjoyable if you're not down for platforming. And I would say a fifth game that I really enjoy. I haven't finished it yet, actually. I've been streaming it for a little bit here and there. But I've been really enjoying Baba Is You. If you're really super duper into puzzle games, uh this is the game for you. It's also pixel. If you haven't caught a theme with me. But basically you push around words and you push around objects, and when you push around words, different objects change into different things, and it really fucking makes you sit there and think. Some of the puzzles, like, legitimately had me looking at the wiki to be like, okay, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And it's just maybe not a most enjoyable streamable game, all things considered, but definitely a game that if you are in the mood to play a puzzle game that you don't have to go out of your way to find a cartridge online and find a system online to play it on. It's available on Steam, and I've found it very, very, very much enjoyable. So I would definitely recommend picking that up.
That's very cool. Oh, I'm sorry, I've still got smoke in my lungs. But yeah, that is
You're fine. You're fine.
that is very cool. Like, I appreciate your love for pixel games. That's a really cool thing. A lot of people are always like pushing the hardware to try the latest and greatest stuff. But there's a lot of really good gems that people who are fixated on graphics exclusively tend to miss.
I really feel like in the recent years it's just like, oh, every 3 years graphics keep getting better and better, and the games that you thought were fucking groundbreaking in what they look like just look like complete and utter dog shit when you load them up like 5 years later, and you're just like, oh my god, I really thought this was groundbreaking. But with pixel I'm not trying to sound like a fucking old lady here, but it's just like it has a charm and a uniqueness about it, and any game with a unique art style, like that could be said about like Hollow Knight and just like a bunch of different fun indie games. The art style is going to be a little bit timeless and a little bit more longer lasting, and you're not going to look back at it like how I look back at Final Fantasy VII graphics and go, holy shit, my eyes hurt.
Well, I'm gonna get on this square ass chocobo. Yeah, those chocobos back in the day looked a little uncomfortable to ride 'cause they were a little pixelated. I don't know how comfy all those pixels were, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I absolutely understand that theory. Like, you know, games that sell on graphics alone in 5 years aren't worth much. You know, like if your main thing is like graphical achievement and like having the best graphics, but like the rest of the elements, you know, the soundtrack isn't creating the ambiance, the writing doesn't hold up, you know, if that's not all in place the way it needs to be, then, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to have a forgettable game in 5 years as opposed to something like fucking, geez, like how long has like Stardew Valley been around?
Oh
You know?
gosh, yeah. I do enjoy Stardew Valley or oh god, it was just in my head and then it disappeared. I mean, Undertale is definitely a
Yeah.
game that has a very, very, very good soundtrack. I know Toby Fox, the creator of it, got to start making 8-bit music and making video game music and making chip tunes and whatnot. And God, I wish I could remember the game that I was like it originally hit me. That has
Like
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. Omori's cool like that too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it was another kind of RPG maker game that, you know, became a real sensation, especially among the VTuber community. That one and Undertale, I've seen a lot of different of my favorite senpais play those through and having a good time out there doing it. But yeah, you know, you are 100% right. And Stardew, like I had said earlier too, all of those games have like an aesthetic that is timeless. And if you
Exactly.
capture that aesthetic that's timeless, it doesn't matter. Look at like Minecraft. You know, people still play a ton of Minecraft. Minecraft is like almost always the most popular thing going on Twitch, the most amount of channels hosting it. And that's after so much time. Yeah, Seppy, all of you assholes just fucking jumped into Minecraft all of a sudden, and you had to pick the fucking Java version that I didn't have. But that's a tale for another time, unfortunately. Ugh. I'm weird. I'm sorry, alright? You came on a weird person's weird talk show. And you're just gonna have to accept that. So if I say weird things, it's just because I'm a weird person. But that's okay. These are happy clouds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fluffy, happy clouds right here in the sky. And we're going to put a happy tree down here. Wait, I had more questions. Anything in particular you were like excited about that you were going to pick up from the Steam summer sale soon?
Honestly, I totally forgot that it was this week, and I didn't really have anything that I was
It's all the way to the
super
8th.
super keen on. Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking about just literally picking up more really shitty scuffed games to play on my channel and fucking break apart. That's kind of been my jive right now, is just finding the worst fucking shittiest games that will actually run and just fucking destroying them from the inside out. That sounds so bad, but it's so fun.
You aren't wrong. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people within our social circle, and we destroy a lot of things. We destroy games, movies. We just like bad stuff. Right, Seppy? We like bad stuff. PS1 style horror games are a low price and a vibe right now. Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah.
I do want to pick up a Power Wash Simulator because that looks like fun, and I don't know, I love watching those satisfying videos where they power wash a sidewalk or power wash a plastic chair, and it just gets nice and clean.
It is really satisfying the first few times you use a power washer. And after that, you're just like, God damn it, why do I have to do this? I just want to go home.
Yeah, that's how it is at my job with painting.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was an exterminator before and had that same kind of a thing where, like, our boss would have us, like, wash the trucks, like, once a week and stuff like that. And we'd just be like, I don't want to wash the truck. I don't want to use this power washer and spend all this time hooking this up and then washing the truck, and it's just going to be more dead bugs on it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't know
With
why
cleaning,
I'm talking about
with
any of
cleaning
that.
valves off. When I clean valves off, it's definitely like, okay, how many fucking shad flies are gonna be on this one?
Oh, we can't talk about this kind of stuff. We're glamorous VTubers, remember? We're not like blue collar
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, I don't work in a machine shop and bust my ass for fucking 8 hours wearing a respirator and painting shit.
Oh, you too, wearing a respirator is the worst. Being an exterminator, that's something I have to do, like, even when it's like 115. Since, I just spread
Yeah, and then
poisons.
you get fucking you get fucking sweat pimples all over your face because it's just like, it's so humid in there.
Yeah, it's just plain awful. I'll just breathe the poison, thank you. At least it would end the suffering. Okay. Now, this is hopping back a little bit, but this is kind of important. Is there any advice you would give to VTubers who are looking to improve their growth or just getting started?
Ooh, just, I know it's scary to do, but just fucking put yourself out there. Reach out to people who you admire. Um, don't feel bad following people that you actually want to follow. Don't feel bad, like going into people's chat and, saying, hey, you know, and chatting in their Discord server, in their Twitch stream, or just, replying to them on Twitter or whatever. Just don't be fucking afraid to put yourself out there. It's really hard, especially for me, who's fucking socially awkward as shit. And you get used to it, and at some point, yeah, you'll be intimidated by certain people, but you just realize that they're fucking just they're exactly like you. They're nerds on the internet who like this genre of media and want to put themselves out there. If they act like snobs, then it's probably not worth your time to try and, chip away at them to, reveal some sort of, friend underneath. If they dismiss you because you are smaller, then don't waste your time. It's their mindset, and who knows if they'll ever change that. But don't be afraid to join Discord servers. Don't be afraid to do, fucking trends. Don't be afraid to pick up that new game if you're financially able. Don't ever put yourself at financial risk just because of streaming or any of this. Just do what's comfortable and keep on trying to do your best to promote who you think you are and who you think your character is, whether or not that's you or not, or whether it's a fabricated character that you want to put out a persona for. Just stick with it, be patient, and just don't give up, and don't fucking look at numbers. It's not worth stressing yourself if you fucking lose 2 followers after you post something. You're gonna get that 2 followers back, and they're gonna be people who are gonna stay.
Yeah, that's definitely good advice. Don't be afraid to be yourself because eventually you're gonna be yourself. People are gonna know who you are and what you stand for. So get that out of the way, as soon as possible. If people don't believe in you and don't believe in like the same kind of stuff you believe in, don't be phony just for their sakes. Be yourself because in the long run you'll attract more people who are more like you rather than, end up catering to people who are not like you and you're suffering to deal with. It's much better to deal with people who, want to like you for who you are and you don't have to be phony around. Did that make any sense?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Sweet.
I know, I was rambling there for a minute there, and I'm just like, hey, you're drunk, stupid. You need to fucking form a complete sentence. Please stop.
Dude, I get to feeling too sometimes, like towards the end of this show, usually I'm just like, did what I say made sense, guys? I don't know. I hope it did. I hope I just didn't talk about some fucking throw out a jambalaya recipe for fucking the past 3 minutes.
Let me read my grocery list to you, please. Please clap.
It's like, I hope that's not what happened. But yeah, that is something, that's very, very important, is that it can be so stressful if you attract the wrong crowd and then cater to the wrong crowd because they're your crowd. And you want to attract people who are like you, and you're always going to have to deal with the people who aren't. But if your crowd that you attract at the beginning becomes your culture, it just it became Iron Mouse's culture or Vebe's culture or something like that, the way your chat treats you, the way they respond to you, the people you surround yourself with, and the way that they treat you all becomes your culture. So don't compromise yourself just for the sake of appeasing people that you wouldn't get along with, because then you're going to attract more of the people that you wouldn't get along with and end up having an asshole chat that you're constantly at war against. I'm at war against my chat a lot of the time, but it's in a mock war because we're all really good friends and stuff like that for the most part.
Yeah.
And
Dude, my chat razzes me so fucking hard. It's ridiculous how how on top of me they are.
And that's the way it's supposed to be, but at the same time, there's people who let it go over the line and then just accept it, stuff that they're uncomfortable with. And it's, that's an important piece of advice, is to try to weed that stuff out as soon as possible. It's not worth having followers that are like that just to have the followers. It's much better to build a community around people who are respectful and cool.
And to reiterate, don't be afraid to fucking be yourself, because for the first 2 weeks that I fucking streamed, I was putting on this persona of oh, I gotta be peppy, and oh, I gotta giggle, and oh, I gotta, can't make dirty jokes, and oh, I gotta, do this and that. And by the second week of streaming, I was me. I was able to, say dumb shit and people didn't care. And you'll cultivate that audience. You really will. You just gotta find the people.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to reach out to people and try to make friends. The things you hear about from famous streamers and things like that travel very far, but they also are usually extreme circumstances. You know, not everybody is out to like get you, and I don't want you to think people are out to get you. Much of this community is extremely supportive. Very, very much of this community isn't going to think you're after clout or anything for reaching out to somebody, even if they have more followers than you or anything like that. So really don't be afraid to put yourself out there and get yourself out there so you can get eyes on your channel and, you know, hopefully continue growing on your journey. Yeah. Oh, it's extreme. And I put down Seppy's Twitch one more time for anyone who's still here that wants to go over there, and please give Seppy a follow because Seppy's awesome and very entertaining person.
Thank you.
But I think we should probably end the stream here, or else we're going to make complete assholes of ourselves. Plus, I know, like, you know, Seppy has done me an honor of being on this show despite the fact that it's very late over there. And I definitely
I've been awake
appreciate
for almost
that.
24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's some sacrifice, and I very much appreciate that. So please go follow Seppy. I thank you very much for coming to the show and tuning in tonight. We had a great time, and we're super glad that you were here as well. I want to set up a raid here and I don't have any specific instructions because I haven't gotten around to that yet because I'm too busy making funny models of myself that people can use for redeems on my streams and writing down a ton of questions so I can get as tore up as I want to and still have a show. But anyhow, we're going to go over and we'll raid my friend Pink Bunny Kooky. I think she might have a talk show going on tonight or something, or maybe doing art. I don't know. It's a very cool person, very much wants to make friends and help out the VTuber community. So I suggest you give her a follow. And I don't have anything cool like that going on, like, so you don't have to say anything. We'll just go and we'll raid. And then we'll go, I don't know, go to sleep or drink some coffee or have a good time. But thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you in a couple of days with VTuber film critic Lodo Malik. And thank you, Seppy, once again for being here.
Absolutely. Good night.
You just killed some people.
I killed some people?
Probably.